Hi everybody, welcome back to the Cyberspace VR. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Oculus Go and why it's not only one of our favorite headsets, but why it's the best on the market.
The Oculus Go is our favorite headset, but not for the reasons that you might think.
So the first thing on our list of why the Oculus Go is just the best headset out there is because it's so affordable. One of these guys right now goes for about $200. And I mean, if you look on the market and all the other headsets, they're going for $400 to $500 to even in the thousands. And that's just insane. And that's the other headsets, the top-notch ones, you have to have an awesome PC that can run them, which is going to be another $1,500 at least. So affordability, it wins by a landslide. It's cheap, and it not only is it's not a cheap headset. It's good. It's quality. It's got really good image quality. We'll get into that later, but it's a lot of bang for your buck is what I'm trying to say.
The Oculus Go is very affordable. I even saw it going on sale a couple weeks back for $160. With the new headsets that are coming out, Oculus, which is owned by Facebook, is starting to phase it out. And we didn't want to let this headset go unnoticed. Mm-hmm. It's our favorite because it's so accessible and so cheap that pretty much anybody, if they save up for a couple of weeks, could invest in one of these, and it'll be a great purchase.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it is a $200 headset, which means it's way cheaper than the other ones out there. So you do sacrifice a few things. You sacrifice some resolution. The image quality is not going to be the same as the Oculus Rift S or other of those headsets that are out there. But for the $200 that you pay, it is well worth it. Highly, highly recommend it.
The next thing we want to talk about is portability. Now, a lot of headsets that you buy, like the Oculus Rift S or HTC Vive or whatever it may be, they need a computer or they have some cables. They're kind of a big deal to move around. The beautiful thing about the Oculus Go is I can throw this in my backpack. That is pretty awesome. And even though there's some cell phone headsets and things like that you can do the same thing with, this is just such a high quality experience that is so just easy to throw in your backpack. And my dream for using this, and I haven't done this yet because I don't fly that much, but I imagine taking this headset on an airplane and just sitting there and watching Netflix, sitting and just putting this on, maybe plugging it in if the flight's really long, and just watching a movie. And that's what the portability of the Oculus Go has to offer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really, the portability is amazing on this headset, and there are a few out there that compare with the quality that you also get for it. And like you said, you can bring it on an airplane. Imagine taking it on a train or like a light rail or something as you're heading to work. Just throw it on, watch some Netflix, some YouTube. You can't get that with like an HTC Vive or the Oculus Rift S. None of those top-notch headsets on the market, like that high level, can do that. Unless you want to bring like a PC with you on the airplane, and that just isn't possible.
Exactly. And that kind of segues into our next topic, which is it's just so easy to use. Mm-hmm. Throwing on the Oculus Go takes 2 seconds. You hit the power button, it boots up, and you're in a game or you're in Netflix or Hulu or whatever, and it's just it's a breeze.
In a matter of seconds, you're playing any the games you want or already watching your favorite TV show. We do parties with our HTC Vive, and it takes. We get it down to 10-15 minutes, but we do parties all the time. We're experts at setting that thing up. Other people I can't even imagine, just some parents or just some little kids, it probably takes them 30 minutes at least to set up their Vive or their Oculus Rift to get it going. This thing is so easy to use. You throw it on, you stick your hand up, you hold the button down, and you're good to go. You're already in and playing whatever you want.
It doesn't require a lot of space. You just sit down on the couch, put it on, and that's all you need to do. With a lot of the computer-based headsets, you have to designate an area, to play. You say, okay, here's my boundaries, here's where I can go, here's where I can't go. Mm-hmm. With this, since it doesn't really have those types of games and capabilities, you don't have to worry about all that. Mm-hmm. And that makes it so much easier to just want to put this thing on as opposed to getting ready to play super hot or whatever on your Rift S or whatever it may be.
Yeah, exactly. Going along with that, the headset just isn't visually intimidating. It's just a good looking, the color's great, it's a smooth headset, it's sleek looking. It's not like those big headsets out there where there's tons and tons of cords coming out and it's hooked up to this big machine and people are just kind of intimidated. Oh, what's this thing gonna do if I put it on? Is it gonna mess with my head? It's super, like you said, easy to use, and it's just visually appealing.
So just taking a look at these headsets, you can see what we mean by visually intimidating. This headset's bulky, it's black, it's got these dots on it, it's got a big strap, there's a huge cord at the bottom. You have this controller that we've talked about before, has some problems, but it's complicated, there's a lot of buttons, there's a big old trigger, there's grip buttons. It looks scary to some people. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to get, especially people that are not familiar with the technology, to give this a try, to want to put this on their head and commit to it.
We've seen that a lot of people are already kind of skeptical about VR. You know, it's just a new thing, it's on the rise, but it's not quite there yet to a lot of people and a lot of demographics. So this guy right here, the HTC Vive, for someone who's already skeptical about VR in general, it's going to be hard for them to get on and try and have a good time with. As opposed to this, you know, I mean, you've got a controller, it's got like 3 buttons on it. 2 buttons, then a touchpad, and then a trigger in the back. And then, you know, the headset doesn't have any wires or anything, so it's way less intimidating.
You know that, like, they're going to put this on, they're pretty confident of what they're going to see. It's just like, they're like, oh, it's just going to be like a little menu or whatever. With this, they know that they're getting into a video game, like, it's pretty scary. Mm-hmm. So this is just so much more approachable for so many people, and it's a great introduction to virtual reality for people that have never tried it before.
Alright, so one of the biggest points that we want to hit is that the Oculus Go is a media consumption device, more than any other headset out there. I mean, this thing was made and designed to run Netflix, Hulu, Facebook even, YouTube, and it feels like you are in an IMAX theater. Think about last time you went into an IMAX theater and how amazing it was, how it blew your mind. The Oculus Go is the same thing, but right at the convenience of your couch or on your bed.
A lot of the time, when you're watching a movie, you tend to disturb people around you. I find that, like, let's say I want to watch an action movie and it's 11 o'clock at night. I don't want to be waking up my whole family just because there's gunshots going off on the TV screen. But I also don't want to watch it on my phone with headphones. You know, that's not something I like to do. But with this, you can feel like you're in a full theater by yourself. Throw in some, like, a decent quality pair of headphones, and you're good to go. You're not bothering anybody. You can even, I've done this before, I've literally laid in bed looking straight up at the ceiling with this on my head, and you can watch YouTube like that, and it's comfortable.
So one of the coolest things in terms of media and videos are the 360 videos that you can find on YouTube and even like Netflix and other things. They blow your mind, and you can do it at the convenience of your couch, you know, without having to set up a big giant computer and you know, a big HTC Vive or something. In a matter of seconds, you can be blowing your grandpa's mind as he goes for a deep sea fish dive to go check out sharks or something.
It's just so much easier to watch those types of videos, and it makes them a lot more shareable. Mm-hmm. With a Oculus Rift, you're probably going to have that in your bedroom where, you know, you're going to invite your grandpa, hey, grandpa, come into my room and sit down in this chair and hold these controllers, and then you have to, with this, you can just boot it up, put it on his head, done.
Yep, done.
You're ready to go.
Easy and convenient.
Like we've said before, this headset is our favorite headset, and it's for a good reason. It's accessible, it's easy to use, it's cheap. But you're going to be sacrificing some quality. You obviously aren't going to get the same experience that you are with a headset that connects to a computer.
And if anybody tells you that, they're lying, or they don't know what they're talking about.
There are so many great qualities about this, but the issues is that, like, the image quality isn't the best. It's not going to be the same level. It doesn't have the same ability to play games and do different experiences that other headsets do. And lastly, it's got some issues with charging. Sometimes it just won't charge. And that can be really annoying, and the battery only lasts about an hour and a half.
Yeah, 2 hours maybe, depending on what you're doing.
So those are just some of the problems with it, but honestly, the benefits way outweigh the cons.
And this is perfect, the best headset for families or people who aren't necessarily super techie. If you're a techie guy that knows how to, you know, whip up a PC that's awesome and can run a full-on headset, and if you have the money to do it, $3,000 or $2,000 or whatever, then go for it. That'll be awesome. It'll be well worth it. But that's why we say that the Oculus Go is, you know, the best headset on the market. You don't need that. You don't need to be techie. You don't need to know how to use VR. It'll come easy. You don't have to, like, kill yourself because of the money you're taking out of your wallet. You know, it's great. So like we kind of mentioned before, the Oculus Go is getting older. You know, it's been out since May of 2018. So it's going to start getting replaced. Like, the Oculus Quest is already out on the market, and I kind of see it as an upgraded version of the Oculus Go. But it is a little bit more expensive. It's about double the price, $400. So it isn't quite as affordable so you're still sacrificing things there, but keep your eyes open, keep looking at the market, because new headsets are coming out just like this. The competition is coming, and there's going to be great headsets that are affordable, that are easy to use, that are convenient and portable, like we've talked about in this video. So keep an eye out for those things, but as of right now, the Oculus Go is just winning it. They're taking it all away.
The biggest point of this video is we just want to make sure that you don't just wave this away and say it's kind of a joke, because it really isn't. A lot of people just discount this as like a budget VR headset, and it kind of is, but it does do some really amazing things that if you are looking just to dip your toe into VR, this is a great place to start.
Great place to start. And like he said, it's still a great headset. It's not just the cheap budget option. We had a couple HTC Vives for about a year when we got our Oculus Go, and it still blew my mind. And you would think like, oh, this thing's like a tenth of the price or whatever, because you don't have to have the PC and everything, so it's just gonna suck. And it still blew my mind. It continues to blow the minds of my family and my friends and roommates up in college. Definitely worth it. You're not you sacrifice some things, but you're not sacrificing too much to where it's not worth it. It's just disregarded as a crappy headset.
Alright guys, thanks for coming to our channel. Thanks for watching our video. Throw us a like, give us a subscribe. We really appreciate it. We're just getting started. We love to produce content like this.
Yeah, we love VR. We're super passionate about it, and we consider ourselves professionals in the VR industry. So stay tuned, subscribe. We got some new videos coming out shortly about the VR world and what it has and what's coming. So stay tuned.